Friends, today we'll discuss about yoga and yoga sutras, different types of yogas. What exactly is yoga and what is the science behind it? And what are the teachings of the masters with respect to yoga? Yoga simply means union. The literal translation of yoga means union. Now we hear there are many yogas. What are those yogas? So anything you are in union with, that becomes that yoga. For example, if you are playing a very beautiful music and you become one, your consciousness became one with that music while in the process of playing that beautiful instrument. So that is Nada Yoga. Or you are listening to certain music, and while you are listening, you completely disappear and you and the music became one. The union happened with the music. That is Nada Yoga. Similarly, two people, a man and a woman, coming together and deciding to live for the whole life together under the same roof. Two minds, two bodies coming together and living for the whole life. That is Samsara Yoga. The same way, they're coming momentarily for bodily pleasures, a male and a female coming together for a bodily pleasure, for a union. That is Sambhoga Yoga. If you are in union with your own physical body, that is Hatha Yoga. If you are in union with your subtle bodies, then that is Raja Yoga, the king of all the yogas. We have 7 bodies, my dear friends. What you see in front of your mirror is your physical body. When you are in union with your physical body, that is Hatha Yoga. But when you are in union with your subtle bodies, which is not visible to you in the physical eyes, but you want to be in union with your astral, mental, causal, supracausal. So you want to be in union with that. That is Raja Yoga. If you want to be in union with the work you are doing, any kind of work you are doing, you want to be in union with your work, you become one with your work. That is Karma Yoga. And if you are in union with knowledge, you are reading some book and you become one with that knowledge. The union happened with the knowledge. That is Jnana Yoga, Jnana Yoga. So fundamentally what we are understanding is yoga simply means union. So these are the types of yogas. And finally, Bhakti Yoga. It is in the Bhakti Yoga many people have misunderstanding. People think Bhakti Yoga means rituals, going to the temples, prayers, praying to God, worshipping God, making a deal with God. No, this is not Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga happens in the final stages of enlightenment. In other words, only when you are enlightened, you are in Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means there is no me and mine there. You are in union with the whole of the creation. You are in union with your higher self. You are in union with God. This is the Aham Brahmasmi stage. You are in union with everything in the entire creation. This is Bhakti Yoga, where there is no me and mine. When there is no me and mine, then you are in Bhakti Yoga. But the other yogas can be a path, but Bhakti Yoga is the final result. Bhakti Yoga is not many people think Bhakti Yoga is a path towards enlightenment. But Bhakti Yoga happens. Bhakti Yoga happens in enlightenment. And why Raja Yoga is being emphasized in our Indian tradition, even though we have Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga has been emphasized. Why? Raja Yoga, Raja means king. Raja Yoga means king of all the yogas. So it is the Raja Yoga which is going to take you from ignorance, from darkness to light, to bliss, enlightenment. So the shift of the consciousness is through Raja Yoga. That is why it is called Raja Yoga. Why fundamentally we need yoga? What yoga gives us? Yoga fundamentally gives us happiness, union. Any kind of union gives us happiness, my dear friends. You practice any yoga, it naturally leads to happiness. So happiness is the outcome of any yoga, whether it is Nada Yoga, you are becoming one with the music, or you become one with an opposite sex, or you have become one with the knowledge, you have one with the breath, you have been one with the work. Anything leads to happiness. It naturally leads to happiness. That is the beauty of yoga. And now let us discuss a little bit about Sthithis. What are Sthithis? Gunas. We have Thamo Guna, Rajoguna, Sathvika Guna, and finally Nirguna. Four stages. So the entire humanity can be classified into these 4 gunas. First is the Thamo Guna. The second is Rajo. The third is Satvik. And the fourth is final, an enlightened person, Nirguni. If the soul has taken only few incarnations, it is an infant soul, it is a baby soul. It will have thamogunas. What is a thamoguna? A thamoguna is a guna which primarily focuses on body pleasures. It identifies itself with body and it focuses on body pleasures like eating, sleeping, sex, family, children, and that's all. The soul for that Tamo-guna people, this is the world. They go to job, they earn money, they eat well, they sleep, family, that's it. For them, that is the world. The world exists only in that boundary. So they are tamasic in nature. So that means they don't know the subtle nature of life. And a baby soul, an infant soul, to be in Tamoguna is perfect. A first standard student studying in first standard is perfect. But the first standard student is repeating the first standard again and again, there is something wrong. That is not right. So in the initial stages of the soul, the Tamoguna the soul will be in Tamoguna in the initial stages. That is perfectly right. But when you got stuck lifetimes after lifetimes in that particular guna, then there is something wrong in it. Similarly, after a few incarnations of Tamoguna, then they graduate to Rajoguna. What are the qualities of a Rajoguna? Rajoguna people, they are more into one-up manship. They are more into power. They are more into domination, power, control. They want to be the number one, superior. And their primary focus, see, the Tamoguna's primary focus is on the body level pressures, body level pleasures. So this Rajoguna, their primary focus is name, fame, wealth, money, name and fame. So they are more focused on these aspects. And generally, these Tamoguna people are little lazy people, lethargic people. They don't want to work too much. They eat, they sleep, they are happy with what they are. But these Rajoguna people, they are workaholics. They constantly keep on working to get wealth, to constantly keep earning money, to expand their bank balance, their wealth, their portfolios. And they're constantly looking for appreciation, name and fame. So they work, they are constantly agitated. They are in the work mode. And they are very good manipulators. They manipulate a lot of things so that they get what they want. This is Rajasic in nature. This is Rajoguna. And this Tamoguna and Rajoguna people, they eat that kind of foods. Tamasic food, Rajasic. What is Tamasic and Rajasic? The food which is very dead. They eat meat, dead food. So for the person who is in graduating from a baby soul, infant soul, and he graduates to a young soul. So baby soul, infant and baby, they come under Tamoguna. Young soul, they come under Rajoguna. So they live few incarnations, few lifetimes, they take few lifetimes in that guna, which is perfect. But if they are stuck again and again, in every lifetime they are stuck in that guna, then there is something wrong. Then let us understand Sathvika Guna. So after many incarnations, then the soul graduates to a mature soul. A mature soul is one who is no more focused on body level, is not identified with body, it's not focused on body level pressures alone. It is not focused on name and fame. It is no more interested in that. It wants something else. It wants subtle happiness. It wants to look for greater happiness. So how the soul graduation happens is because the soul is longing for happiness. So they want more happiness. First, they are in the body level happiness, then they graduate into the mind level, intellectual level, and then they graduate further. They're looking for further more happiness. So they become mature people. Now they are more interested instead of name, fame, wealth, money, bank balance. So they are more interested in fine arts, in music, in sports, in crafts. So they are more focused on this fine arts. So this is Sathvika Guna people. And these Sathvika Guna people, they don't do bad karmas. They are very conscious. They don't want to do bad karmas. For the first time, their food becomes sattvic, pure. They eat vegetarian food, and they focus on good karmas. They don't want to do any bad karmas. But in Thamo Guna and Rajoguna, eventually, because they are focused on body level pleasures and name and fame, so eventually they will do more bad karmas in those lifetimes. So Thamo Guna, Rajoguna, they will do more bad karmas. In Satvika Guna, they will stop the bad karmas and they will start doing good karmas. So finally, to become a Nirguni, that is the fourth stage. So after coming into Satvika Guna, the person will start first into fine arts, crafts, and then they want to look for greater happiness. Then they go for service, physical service. Okay, they will build bridges, schools, they will help with all the physical support. They want to help the people who are in physical need. So with that, they graduate to the whole soul. And after that, in spite of that, they are still not happy in their life. They're not 100% happy in their life. Yes, they're getting some happiness with the service, they're getting some joy, but they're still not 100%. So then they get into meditation, Rajayoga. And once Rajayoga comes into their life, then they become Nirguni. So these are the four gunas, general classification. Now here, person who is stuck in Thamo Guna, for them, hatha yoga and karma yoga helps them a lot to come out of that, Thamo Guna nature. Hatha yoga and karma yoga helps them because they are lazy and lethargic people, and this hatha yoga gives them a certain activity towards the body. They become a little active, and hatha yoga helps you to shape up your body. And hatha yoga also builds immunity. If you want a good body shape and you want good immunity towards your physical body, then hatha yoga helps. And similarly, the karma yoga helps them to be more focused on the work, and they will not be lazy and lethargic. So karma yoga and hatha yoga helps in coming out of that Thamo Guna, to overcome that Thamo Guna nature. And for a Rajoguna person, for the person who is constantly agitated, constantly going behind outer name and fame, and so he's a very disturbed person. So he needs peace of mind. So for a person who is stuck in Rajoguna, he should practice Rajayoga, and that will help him to overcome and graduate to the next stage. And for the person who is stuck in Satvika Guna is not the ultimate. You have to go beyond. This is what Krishna said to Arjuna, because Arjuna was a Satvika Guna. So he doesn't want to kill his family members and extended relatives. And he said, I better drop the idea of having any villages or kingdom. I will just go do my begging and I will live my life rather than killing these people. Then Krishna said, Arjuna, you think you are a great person. You think you want to do only good karmas, and you speak as if you know what is good and what is bad. You don't know anything. You don't know anything about yourself. Even if you do bad karmas, you have to reap the benefits. Even if you do good karmas, you have to take one more lifetime to reap the benefits. So bad karmas comes as illness, bodily illness, disease. That is the outcome of bad karmas. And good karmas, the more you do good karmas, again, physical good karmas, you have to take one more lifetime to reap the benefits. So Krishna said, even if you do good karmas, you have to come back again and again. You are stuck in the life cycle. If you are a Sathvika Guna, you will go to Brahmalokas. After death, you will go to Brahmalokas. But even if you go to Brahmalokas, you have to come back again to the planet Earth. You have to reincarnate again. Unless you go to Satyalokas, that will be the final lifetime. You will not come again. So if you want to escape from this chain of life and death, you have to go to Satyalokas. Don't get stuck in Brahmalokas. So Satvika Guna people, they go to Brahmalokas. But you become a Nirguni, then you go to Satyalokas. So that's why Krishna said, Yogi Bhava Arjuna. Unless you become a yogi, you will not come out of this Satvika Guna nature and you'll become a Nirguni. And unless you become a meditator, you don't understand the bigger picture of life. The life understanding is very limited. So to overcome the Satvika Guna, jnanayoga helps. So Rajayoga, jnanayoga, and karma yoga. So these three yogas helps to become a Nirguni. Now, today we will discuss about Patanjali Yogasutras. So the moment we hear Patanjali, the first thing that should come is considered as the father of yoga. Which yoga? Rajayoga. Patanjali spoke about Rajayoga, and his Yoga Sutras, he has 8 points. Patanjali's Rajayoga, Ashtanga Marg, speaks specifically about Rajayoga. So let us understand, before going into Rajayoga, first of all, let us understand what is the significance of Rajayoga and what is the benefit, what is the final outcome. So you want to know what benefit you get when you do something, or else what is the point of doing it, or what's the point of knowing about it. So why we need Rajayoga? Rajayoga is nothing but Dhyana Yoga. Rajayoga, in other words, it is called Dhyana Yoga, meditation. So when you are practicing Rajayoga, there is a natural friendship with all the living beings. You become non-killing, you become non-violent, you become friendly with all the living beings. That is the number one. And number two, you start working on your own self-mastery. So what is self-mastery? When you say, okay, this is a self-transformation program. So this self-transformation program, through this self-transformation program, there is self-mastery. So what is self-mastery? So how do we understand the self-mastery? See, our thoughts, what are we? We are defined by our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. Combined is us. So if you say, who are you? How do I understand you? So you can understand a person based on his thought patterns, based on his words, and based on his actions. So your thoughts, your words, and your actions define you, my dear friends. So working on yourself means you are working on your thoughts. You are working on your thought patterns. You are working on your words. You are working on your speech. And you are working on your actions, karmas. So self-mastery eventually happens in Rajayoga. And finally, God realization. Aham Brahmasmi stage. I am God. And everybody around me is God. This is Aham. Aham means the essence of me. People understand Aham means me. It's not like I am God. No, Aham means the essence of me is God. The essence of me is the creation. And it is the same essence in the whole of the creation. So I am the essence of God, and every living being is also an essence of God. So that is God realization. You are in oneness consciousness with the whole of the creation. That is the ultimate. So this is the significance. These are the things you get when you practice Rajayoga. And let us go into the sutras, the 8 sutras of Rajayoga. So if you go to any books or you refer to any text of Patanjali's Eightfold Path in Rajayoga, normally you will find these 8 points in this order: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. This is in Sanskrit language. So this is the order you will find. But there is not a small, but rather a major misunderstanding in the order. The points are correct, but the order in which it is put in, that that is the problem. And that's the reason this Rajayoga, in spite of Patanjali giving the great Rajayoga sutras, it has not reached to many people because the order is not right. Yama means, see, Patanjali's Rajayoga begins with Yama Niyamas, but Patanjali never spoke about Yama Niyama in the beginning, but it is what is written in the text. So Yama Niyamas means, Yama means perfect control on principles, and Niyama means perfect control on day-to-day affairs. So if you have a perfect control on your principles, and if you have a perfect control on your day-to-day affairs, then why you need Raja Yoga in the first place? Why you need meditation in the first place? If you are perfect in your principles, and if you are perfect in your day-to-day affairs, you are an enlightened person. So for an enlightened person, what is the need of meditation? So these Yamas and Niyamas, they are the final outcome of enlightenment. So it is like this, if you are a healthy person, a happy person, you will never go to a doctor. Why would you go to a doctor if you're a healthy person? Only if you are sick, only if you are not feeling well, then you go to a doctor, you consult a doctor. So doctor is needed only for the patient who is not feeling well, but a healthy person never goes to a doctor. Similarly, a person who is already having yamas and niyamas, he doesn't need meditation. So that's the reason the order is not correct. So the yamas and niyamas should come last. Okay. And this misunderstanding led to many people not practicing this Raja Yoga, because they see, to practice Raja Yoga, you begin with yamas and niyamas. So I cannot do this. Maybe this is not maybe in this lifetime it is not possible. Maybe I'll do it in the next lifetime. So they feel demotivated and discouraged to practice Raja Yoga, which is nothing but meditation. And the truth is, what is the truth? Anybody in any situation, any person in any situation can practice Raja Yoga. That is the truth, my dear friends. So this is the point where Patanjali Maharshi is being misunderstood. Even though he spoke the truth, even though he gave the sutras, but this is the nature. This is the natural state of affairs. As long as an enlightened master is living, he makes sure his teachings are not distorted. But once the master vacates the body, all the teachings gets distorted. It happened with every enlightened master. It's the same with Buddha also. The very teachings of Buddha is no idol worship. But once Buddha passed away, and in the name of Buddhism, they started keeping Buddha's statues and started praying to Buddha. So this is the irony. This is the sad state of affairs. So Patanjali Maharshi has been misunderstood in that particular order. So the truth is, anybody can practice Raja Yoga. You don't need yamas and niyamas to practice meditation. That is the point we should understand. Yamas and niyamas comes naturally once you practice Raja Yoga. Because we are not perfect in yamas and niyamas, we need Raja Yoga. And so this is the order. So first it begins with asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, samadhi. And then finally comes the Yama and Niyamas. And before the Niyama, before you have a perfect day-to-day affairs, your principles has to be perfect, because your day-to-day affairs depends on your principles of your life. So Yama will be the 7th point and Niyama will be the 8th point, which we will see it at a later stage. But let us begin with asana. Asana means posture. Okay, so here Patanjali is giving the steps for Raja Yoga, which is Dhyana Yoga, which is nothing but meditation. So asana should be Sukhasana, no complicated postures. Okay, so Patanjali ruled out all the complicated postures. Hatha Yoga is for Hatha Yogic practices, for the body level benefits, but Raja Yoga is for the soul. Raja Yoga is for enlightenment. It has nothing to do with body. So when it comes to Raja Yoga, all the Hatha Yogic practices are insignificant. So first, asana. Asana should be Sukhasana, comfortable posture, and where you are able to sit for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours You should be able to sit comfortably in the body without moving the body, without feeling disturbance in the body. You should be able to sit comfortably. This is the very first step. See, in this first step, meditation is not yet there. You have not entered into meditation. But the first step is the preparation. Okay. So in the first step, you are just closing the eyes and sitting comfortably. Sitting comfortably, that's all. It comes with practice. If you are not comfortable, if you are not used to sitting for 2 hours, 3 hours in a still posture, then meditation doesn't happen because your awareness is still on the body level. You keep on moving, you feel fidgeting, and so you cannot go to the Rajayoga level. So first it begins with the first step, and the most important step is asana. You should be sukhasana, my dear friends. You should be able to, your body should be comfortable, relaxed, and still. If you can able to achieve that for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever the time you want, and if you're able to not open the eyes and sit comfortably, if you're able to achieve that, then it is Asana Vijaya. They call it as Asana Vijaya. Asana Vijaya means you have successful. You have become victorious in the first step. Unless you become successful in the first step, you cannot go to the second step. And the second step is Pranayama. Pranayama. Again, in the first step, it is Sukhasana. Again, in Pranayama, it should be Sukha Pranayama, not Kumbhaka Pranayama, not inhaling and holding the breath and exhaling. Those are all Kumbhaka Pranayams. But when it comes to Raja Yoga, always it is Sukha. Nature is always perfect. You have to get aligned with yourself, with nature. Then only there is self-realization. You go against the nature, then you are in the wrong direction. So you have to be in alignment with the nature. Then you are in the right direction. So in the second step, pranayama is Sukha Pranayama, which means observing your natural breath. Prana, you see, when we are breathing, when you're observing the breath, you think you are breathing oxygen. You're taking only oxygen. No, my dear friends. The outer layer of the breath is prana, life force energy. So our breath is nothing but the outer form of prana. And Sukha Pranayama means the breath is already happening and you are just witnessing it. You are just observing it without making any effort. If you don't make any effort in your breathing process, it is just a natural breath. You just allow the breath to be as natural as possible. And here Patanjali ruled out. All mantras are ruled out. When it comes to Raja Yoga, all mantras are ruled out. All visualizations, any kind of sound, mantras, visualization, everything is ruled out. Only breath and no manipulation. And when you are simply observing the breath, it leads to the stillness of the breath. In the beginning, in the beginner of meditation, he will sit and he will see the breath is going deep, shallow, it is wavering. But the more and more you allow the breath to be natural, then there is a certain stillness of the breath. Okay, so the breath becomes very soft. The breath becomes almost melodious, still. So in that stillness happens the stillness of the mind. This is the secret. This is the most important point to understand. If you are with your natural breath, your mind becomes empty. And according to Patanjali, yoga, he defined yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta means thoughts, wavering thoughts. Chitta vritti nirodha means your mind is empty. So a person who is in that state is called a dhyani, a meditator. Okay, for a person who can able to still his mind to a certain stillness, if not complete emptiness, to a certain stillness, he is called a dhyani, a meditator. Now, the third step is Pratyahara. Ahara means food. Here he was referring to the food for the senses. You see, the eyes, the ears, the nose, and the mouth, it projects outwards. So through these senses, we experience the outer world. So this becomes the food. The outer senses, it experience the outer things. Pratya means opposite. We call Pratipaksha means opposition. Pratya means opposite. So Pratyahara means the inner senses. So outer senses, the opposite of outer senses is going within. So the inner journey begins. So here the metaphysical experiences happen. What are the metaphysical experiences? Metaphysical experiences means beyond physical frequencies. Okay, like inner visions, inner audience, and inner smells, fragrances. You will be sitting and meditating, and there is no agarbatis, there is no sambranis, nothing. But you will smell a lot of beautiful fragrances. So that's all inner senses. You are tuning into the metaphysical frequencies. So these are all third eye experiences, my dear friends. It all comes with inner visions, inner audience, the fragrances, the feelings. All those things are third eye experiences collectively. So before this experience happens, your etheric body cleansing should happen. So that means the cosmic energy should heal your etheric body, the second body, the energy body. So once the etheric cleansing happens, what we call Nadi Mandala Shuddhi. Okay, Nadis means nothing but energy tubes. Nadi Mandala Shuddhi means etheric cleansing. So before you can experience these subtle frequencies, once you get into the empty mind state, in the previous step, in the Sukhamaya Pranayama, you get into the empty mind state. And in that empty mind state, you receive lot and lot of cosmic energy. So with the reception of lot of cosmic energy, you harvest more and more cosmic energy. Then the Nadi Mandala Shuddhi happens, the etheric cleansing happens. And during this etheric cleansing, your karmic baggage is also neutralized. You are reducing your karmic baggage because this cosmic energy, it burns off your karmic residues, which is in the etheric body. And once your karmic baggage is reduced, then you are equipped to tune into the metaphysical frequencies and realities. So a person who opened his third eye and who can able to experience the metaphysical experiences, he is called a yogi. In this stage, he is called a yogi. So this is Pratyahara. And then the next step is Dharana. Dharana means focus, concentration. Now, in the previous stage, he has got so many experiences. He can see so many visions. And it's just going one vision after another vision after another vision. He's able to see the bigger picture. He's able to see the overall. Now, in this Dharana stage, he's focusing. Like in your camera, you can zoom in and focus on so that you get clarity on a particular image. So this focus is for better clarity. So in the previous stage, he's seeing many lifetimes, all the things are going like a motion picture. But in this Dharana stage, he's focused. He's focused on all his inner experience. For example, he saw a past life. Now he will tune in to go deep into that past life and to see what is the lesson I need to learn. And because it is a past life, so he will see, okay, what lesson I missed out, where I failed, where I succeeded, what lesson I learned, what lesson I didn't learn. So through these metaphysical experiences, he will understand what is the essence of having that experience, what he got out of that experience, why he got that experience in the first place, what is the learning here. So the focus will be on learning through these metaphysical experiences. Just having the experiences doesn't benefit anything. But when you learn from that experiences, then your soul is expanded. Then you become evolved person. So here the emphasis is on learning. So when you are able to learn from your inner experiences through your dharana, then here you are called a rishi. So the previous stage is a yogi. And when you are able to learn your lessons through perfection, through third eye perfection, through the concentration, through the focus, then you are called a rishi. Now, the next stage is Dhyana. Dhyana is Dhyana. So that means you are using your subtle bodies for your travel. So physical travel is you are moving your physical body from point A to point B. That is physical travel. Astral travel means you are using your astral body. Okay, so we have 7 bodies. The first is physical body, the second is etheric body, the third is astral body, the fourth is mental body, the fifth is causal body, the sixth is buddhic body, and the seventh is nirvanic body. So we are 7-bodied system. What you see in your mirror is only the physical body. So during this meditation, because of the inflow of a lot of cosmic energy, your astral body also receives a lot of energy, and once it gets sufficient amount of cosmic energy, then the astral body comes out of the physical body and it will go through the astral travel. In our sleep, every day in our sleep, we go through the astral travel. Every day in sleep, the body comes out, the astral body comes out, and it will have astral experiences, which is nothing but dream. Our dream experiences are nothing but astral experiences. The experiences of the dream you got is through your astral body. But in the sleep, in the dreams, it is unconscious astral travel. But in Rajayoga, in meditation, it is conscious astral travel, my dear friends. And only around 80% of the energy comes out. 80% of the astral body comes out. 20% still remains inside the physical body. So this is a great experience, this astral travel. And when you go through this astral travel, for the first time, you realize you are not the body, but you are having a body. So for the first time, you realize that there is no death. This is a great enlightening experience. And you also realize there are many, many realities. There are many, many dimensions. You can go to other star systems. You can go anywhere you want with that astral body. So this is a great enlightening experience. And in this stage, you are called a Rajarshi or a Maharshi. Okay, so this is Dhyana. And the next is Samadhi. With more and more and more meditation, here you reach a Samadhi stage. Samadhi, we have discussed before. A Samadhi is a stage where there is complete clarity. You have all samadhanas, you have all answers. You have all answers for your entire life, whatever the questions you have regarding your life and also the life around you, you are complete. There is a crystal clear clarity about the whole of the creation. So that is Samadhi Sthiti. In that Sthiti, you are complete. You are 100% full, crystal clear clarity. You become a pure witness in that. The mind is no more there. It's only a pure witness and a pure understanding. Samadhi Sthiti is understanding Sthiti. Okay. And here there are no vikalpas. Vikalpas means doubt. Before you, in the Samadhi Sthiti, there are 2 stages. Savikalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpa Samadhi means you got answers, but still some doubts exist. Nirvikalpa Samadhi means absolutely no doubts whatsoever. 100% clear. So this is the Samadhi Sthiti. And a person who is in that Sthiti is called a Brahmarshi. Brahma is creation. Brahma Rishi means a Rishi who understands the whole of the creation. That is Brahmarshi. So after this stage, the natural outcome is you will have certain Yamas and Niyamas. There are 5 Yamas and there are 5 Niyamas. Again, Yamas means perfect control on principles. What principles you have on your life, in your life? What is your understanding of life? Based on that, you are having certain principles, ethics, your principles. So Yamas, there are 5 Yamas. Let us discuss one by one. So the first is Ahimsa. So you are no more interested in violence, no killing, no. You become a peaceful person, a beautiful person. You are in tune with the nature. So Ahimsa becomes your very quality. And Satya, you will always speak the truth. This is very, very important. It is not so easy to open the mouth and always speak the truth, but that becomes your natural principle of life. After, when you practice this Rajayoga, after you got enlightened, then that becomes one of your principles. Then Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means, people misunderstand, Brahmacharya means not getting married and being single. That is not Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means a person who is always living in the consciousness, I am not the body, I am Atma. A person who always lives his life constantly reminding himself that I am the Atma, and I am not the body. So his actions will reflect that understanding. So that is Brahmacharya. So he's always in the soul consciousness. Okay, and next Astheya. Astheya means the person he understands he's a very unique, beautiful person. He's a very unique person. There is no person like him ever on the creation, before him or after him. He's such a unique masterpiece. So he will realize his own uniqueness. So there is no comparison with another person. Everybody is unique. Every single person is unique, and every single person is beautiful. Every single person is a great person. Every single person is a creation of God. So when you have this understanding, there is no comparison. And when there is no comparison, there is no competition, and there is no jealousy. So this is the principle. This is the quality, Astheya. Astheya means no comparison, no jealousy. And aparigraha. Aparigraha means this quality, the people with this quality, they will take whatever is needed for their survival. This minimum, bare minimum, they will keep it for themselves. And the rest of the resources, whatever they have, they constantly want to help others. They want to help the whole of the mankind. They will take very little for themselves, but their focus is on giving, taking care of others, helping others. So their focus is on the welfare of the whole of the society and the humankind and the whole of the planet Earth. So this becomes one of their Yamas, principles. So these are the 5 principles of an enlightened person. Let us recap. Ahimsa, Satya, Brahmacharya, Astheya, Aparigraha. So these are the natural qualities. You don't need to focus and then start imbibing. These qualities will become naturally part of you. And in the beginning, these qualities will have, you have certain qualities, but the perfection is needed. You need to focus on these qualities are there, but the perfection has to be there. So with this understanding of Patanjali Yoga Sutras, what are we focusing on? We already know meditation. We already are doing meditation. Every day in our life, we are closing the eyes, we are observing the breath, we are already in Rajayoga. But what is that we are learning from Patanjali Yoga Sutras is these Yamas, my dear friends. We all have Yamas, but the perfection needs to be there. So our focus, today's understanding in today's session, in today's understanding of Patanjali Maharshi, so we have to focus on the Yamas and Niyamas. We already have Yamas and Niyamas, but the fine-tuning is needed, the perfection is needed. This is the great gift Patanjali has given us. So we have to be very much focused on non-violence, absolutely no violence towards our family members, no violence towards women, children, okay, and no violence towards other living beings, and no killing. And then when it comes to the truth, always you have to speak the truth. You should never speak a single negative word. And the practice of Mauna really helps. So the emphasis of Mauna is to always speak the truth. No negative whatsoever. Okay. Your words should be like pearls and it should reflect your truth. And the more you practice Mauna, the more it helps you to be conscious of what you are speaking and to be aware of what you are speaking, and to fine-tune it, to perfect it. And Brahmacharya means you always live in Aham Brahmasmi. I am the soul, I am not the body. If you're having a headache or a fever, you immediately don't go to the doctors. You don't take medicines. No, I am not the body, I am the soul. So when you're living in the soul consciousness, you have Atma Shakti and you can heal yourself. You don't need any medicines, my dear friends. And Astheya, no comparison, no jealousy. Realize your own unique potential. All the time you have to realize your own unique potential. Okay, then only you can appreciate others. If you don't realize your own unique potential, if you don't realize your own uniqueness, if you don't realize your own beauty, you're always in comparison. You're always in certain jealousy factor. So you cannot appreciate others. You cannot enjoy the beauty of others. Okay, so aparigraha finally means you are not focused on, you are not 100% focused on you. There is no selfishness. You become selfless. You become selfless where you are not only taking care of you, you take care of you whatever is needed, but you take care of the whole, the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. You take the whole planet Earth as your family. So these are the principles, my dear friends. Now let us go to Niyamas. Niyamas are perfect control on day-to-day affairs. So your day-to-day affairs depends on your principles. So now let us see what are the day-to-day affairs. What are the Niyamas? The first point is Saucha, means cleanliness. Naturally, you want to keep yourself clean. You take shower 2 times a day. You want to cleanse your aura. And you always want to wear clean clothes, proper, clean, ironed clothes. And you want your environment, your house, your whatever the place you are living in, you want that to be clean. This is very important. If you want to make your house your ashram, if you want your house to radiate positive energy, cleanliness is the most essential factor. People, they don't treat the house as their ashrams. Because the house is the place where we spend most of our time. We sleep there 8 hours, and that is our base. So cleanliness is very, very essential. If the house is not clean, then the mind is also not clean. This is very, very interesting. You can notice this. The moment you enter anybody's house, the moment you enter, you can immediately say what is the state of the mind of the people who are living in that house. You enter the house is clean. It no need to be a big bungalow. It can be a small hut or any size of the house. But there is a certain cleanliness in the house. The house is clean, orderly. Then you can say his mind is clean. His mind is clear and he knows what is he doing in his life. And some houses you enter, it's all scattered and disorganized, everything everywhere. So that is, the mind is an agitated mind. So your outer reflects the inner. So we have to make efforts in this self-transformation program. We make an effort to clean our houses and to make sure you throw the unwanted things. Some people, they use this cleaning technique. They don't identify what is needed and what is not needed. They simply move here and there and start cleaning. No, that is not the right cleaning. The right cleaning is you keep the things only what is necessary for you, and the things which are not necessary, you dispose it, you discard it, or give it away to some other people who needs it. Then it is a good karma. So you keep the things what is really needed for you. That is the first step in the cleaning process. And the second step is you always make it clean, the aura around it. There should be a lot of chi energy. The cosmic energy should circulate all around the house. That is the real vastu. The vastu is where the energy is circulating. So for that, cleanliness, essential things. Don't keep unnecessary things. If you are having 10 things in your room, you see what is that I needed the most. You need only probably 5 things. So keep the things what you need, and the rest of the things you give it away, discard it. Then naturally you will cultivate that cleanliness habit, and then your mind also reflects upon that. As above, so below. So below, as above. So the more you start working on your inner cleansing, the outer cleansing also happens. The more you start working on your outer cleansing, it helps your inner cleansing, my dear friends. So the second, that is cleanliness, saucha. The second point is santosha. Santosha means happiness in all situations. That becomes your everyday affair. That becomes your very nature in every day. In every day, we involve in many, many things, right? So we are into business, we go through money loss. You are happy. Okay, you earn a lot of profit. You are happy. And somebody is born in a family member, as a family member, a small baby is born. You are happy. Somebody vacates the body. You are happy. You are happy in every situation. So that becomes your everyday affair. So that is santosha. And tapaha. Tapaha means the body needs are reduced, right? The sleep requirements reduce. The more and more you do meditation, the more less you sleep. And the more you do meditation, the more you practice mauna, you don't waste energy. So your hunger also reduces. And the people who are in this tapaha, that means if they want, they can enjoy a lavish meal. But if there is no meal, they are happy. They happily go through the detox process. If there is a meal, they will enjoy the meal. If there is no meal, they are still happy. So their body is listening to them. They also become sensitive to the body, and also they become perfect masters of the body needs, sleep, hunger, all those things. They mastered it. That is tapaha. And swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means reading books, reading right spiritual books. Swa Adhyaya. When you read the books, you study. It is a self-study. When you are reading the books, you are studying yourself. It helps in your self-study. That is Swadhyaya. And if you are not into Swadhyaya, happens towards the end, my dear friends. Just take an example. You don't do meditation. You are not into Rajayoga. And then you read Bhagavad Gita. Then you don't understand. You are confused. A non-meditator reading Bhagavad Gita is always confused. You say, Krishna says one statement in one situation, he says the opposite in the other situation. So what is the truth then? So he gets confused. So everywhere there is confusion for him. There is no clarity. So there is a possibility he goes into, he misunderstands. And with that misunderstanding, he might end up doing bad karmas. So the right understanding comes only after you practice meditation. So after you practice meditation and you read the book, there is a perfect understanding. There is a perfect understanding of the teachings of Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, all the great masters' teachings, you will perfectly understand. You understand the greatness of all the masters and you learn from them, and then your greatness is manifested because you are able to understand the other masters and learn from it. That is Swadhyaya, self-study. And final point, Ishvara Pranidhana. So Ishvara Pranidhana means to see everybody as God. And to see everybody as God, first you have to realize that you are God. Unless you realize you are God, unless you see yourself as God, how can you see everybody as God? It is not possible. So this Ishvara Pranidhana is the last, final, after enlightenment, when you are in the oneness consciousness, then you are able to see everybody as God. So these Yamas and Niyamas are the final steps, not the first, but it is the final steps in the Rajayoga process. Now, the overall summary of today's class is we are already doing meditation. We already know the values, the principles, the Yamas we already know. The Niyamas also we know, but it's time to fine-tune it. It's time to perfect it. So through this Patanjali Rajayoga, it's an opportunity for the practitioners of meditation. It's for the practitioner of Rajayoga to fine-tune. So in the beginning, the Yamas and Niyamas will not be perfect, but it takes few lifetimes. It takes time to perfect it. So in this self-transformation program, so our focus is on Yamas and Niyamas to fine-tune it, my dear friends. So this is the summary of Patanjali's Raja Yoga teachings. So with this understanding, with this integration, it really helps in our self-transformation program. Thank you very much. Namaste.